The Angels enjoyed their off day yesterday in hopes that they could turn things around. They've lost the last 4 in a row, but tonight they start a 3-game series against the division-leading Texas Rangers. Hi, everyone, from inside the Big A. I'm Victor Rojas along with Mark Kubica. Glad you could join us here for Angels baseball. I don't need to tell you how important this series is. If the Rangers sweep the Angels, the Halos are 12 games back. If they take 2 of 3, the Halos 10 games back. So all you can say right now, going into tonight's action, is you've got to win Game 1 in order to set yourself up the rest of the weekend.
Exactly, but I think what it comes down to is be aggressive for the starting pitchers out of the box right here. You got to throw a lot of strikes. Of course, the offense has got to score some runs. You have to win this series. You have to win all 3 games, in my opinion, of the series. And to do so, you got to get back to Angel baseball. You got to be aggressive on the bases. You got to make some plays in the field, and above all, once you get the lead, hold the lead and win Game 1 and move forward.
Well, tonight you've got Ervin Santana on the mound, because the last time out he was spectacular against the Texas Rangers down in Arlington. They are throwing out Tommy Hunter, who is just as good. Now, the Rangers have flip-flopped their rotation all week long, but it ends up being Tommy Hunter tonight.
Well, Tommy Hunter's a guy that's pitched very well this entire season. Ain't no mark, but pitched even better on the road. But Ervin Santana figured something out down there in Texas. He's a 9-game winner in his career against the Rangers. He's had a very good fastball inside. That sets up that slider, as you can see, on the outer part of the plate. For him to be effective, fastball in, slider away, east to west. Now, Tommy Hunter doesn't necessarily wow you with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, but he hits his spot, throws a ton of strikes, mixes in a slow curveball and a changeup bubble, gets a lot of ground ball outs. Very effective, of course. You see that ERA, 2.31 on the season. Again, his ERA's under 2 on the road. Ervin Santana has been dynamite since May 15th. For looking to go out there and attack the zone and be aggressive.
Well, even though the Texas Rangers have an 8.5-game lead over the Oakland Athletics, they remain busy, continuing to make deals. Jorge Cantu yesterday, Christian Guzman today. Tonight, it's Game 1 of the 3-game set between the Angels and the Texas Rangers. Sit back and relax. We've got lineups and first pitch when we return. Nobody beats Howard's. By the all-new 2011 Hyundai Sonata. Visit your Southern California Hyundai dealers today. And by Shakey's Pizza. What did pitcher Doc Ellis wear in his hair on the field? Go to Shakey's.com/trivia. No, the Angels had terrific crowds through that three-game series against the Boston Red Sox. Unfortunately, the Red Sox swept the Angels. And tonight, this weekend in general, great crowds abound considering that the Texas Rangers, the first-place Rangers, are in town. Let's take a look at the lineup for Texas. Ron Washington at the helm of this ball club, 60-42 on the year. Have Elvis Andrus leading things off at shortstop, Michael Young at third base. Josh Hamilton in center field, Vladimir Guerrero the DH. Nelson Cruz has a career-high 17-game hitting streak right now. David Murphy is in left field. Benji Molina doing the catching. Mitch Moreland, who got his major league debut last night, is at first base. And Joaquin Arias playing second for the injured Ian Kinsler's on the disabled list due to a groin strain. That starting nine for Texas, facing Urban Santana, who was spectacular the last time out.
Urban Santana with that good mark, 9-7, 137 innings pitched. The thing is, he's got an overpowering fastball, 92-94 range. His slider has been electric. Very good slow curveball, and his changeup's been very effective for him.
Urban got to start on the 24th down in Arlington as he delivers strike one here to Elvis Andrus. Gave up 2 runs on 5 hits, working 8 innings and throwing 103 pitches, striking out 8, picking up the W, the lone win for the Angels in that 4-game series. And it was his first win since June 27th against the Colorado Rockies. 1-1 pitch. It's upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Andrus to 268 average. No home runs, 26 RBIs. A little bit of a funk here. 0 for his last 10, 4 for his last 29. That's a 138 batting average. 2-1 is hit into right field, and the leadoff man is on board. That's all you can ask for from a leadoff man. Santana just missing location on that fastball up. As we take a look at the defense behind Urban Santana tonight, Rivera, Hunter, and Abreu from left to right. In the infield, you've got Callasco, Ibar, Izduris, Howie Kendrick getting another start at first base, and Mike Napoli's the guy doing the catching.
And Mike Napoli's thrown out over 21% of would-be base stealers, and this is a situation, obviously, with Andrus at first base with 24 stolen bases on the season, he's going to have to keep an eye on him. Urban Santana, not the quickest to the plate. Good move to first. Once he decides to go to home, it's going to be a difficult task for Mike Napoli to throw out Andrus.
Michael Young at the plate. Urban throws on over to first base. Young had a 4-hit game last night against the Oakland A's. Texas taking 2 of 3 against Oakland, dropping them back to 8.5. Angels in 3rd place in the West, 9 games back. Took something off, and it's in there for a strike. Young had a lot of comfortable swings in that 4-game series down in Texas. And a monster series, which he, in 3 straight games, which he hit home runs, now with 15 home runs on the year. Total of 59 RBIs. Grounds this one over to short. Ibar flips out into right field. Andrus is going to be stopped at third base. Abreu gets the ball in as Michael Young ends up at second. Well, just as we talked about, as far as pitching continuing to do its job, the offense needing to step up. And if you hurt yourself defensively, it's certainly not going to help you, especially against this ball club.
And it could have been a situation where you might have had an outside shot because Michael Young had a tough time getting out of the batter's box. Possible double play ball. A little bit of the sunshine, but a throw that was wide right away to Meister Stewart to second base instead of getting at least the lead runner. Now you got second and third with no outs.
Ibar committing his 12th error of the year. Fielder's choice for Michael Young. Infield back against Josh Hamilton. They'll try to take the out, give up the run. Hamilton misses, or takes inside, I should say. Santana misses inside. Major league leading hitter, 362 in Hamilton. 23 home runs, 74 RBIs. Leads the big leagues in hits with 143 as he rips this one down the right field line, and that's over the head of Bobby Abreu. Andrus will come in to score. Michael Young's going to be stopped there. He's going to be stopped there because the base runners thought that Abreu was going to make that catch. Kind of an odd route for Abreu in right field. And it goes as a double for Hamilton. Texas leads at 1-0.
Breaking pitch, hung that over the middle of the plate for Hamilton, who doesn't miss many mistakes. And it looked like a play that could have been made by Bobby. Made the wrong route after the baseball. Instead of a possible out, possible 2 outs in this inning, all of a sudden it's 1-0 and still second and third, no outs.
Hamilton with his 75th RBI. Guerrero takes that fastball in. Hitting .307 on the year with 20 home runs. It's 80 runs batted in. Bounces this one back up the middle. Santana looks both base runners back and gets Guerrero for the first out.
And the Angels have done a real good job as far as throwing a lot of fastballs inside Vlad Guerrero, making him be aware of that pitch. Got in his kitchen. Urban thought about getting him at second base. Might have had a shot up at this situation right now. It's getting out. Now, same thing here. First pitch, Nelson Cruz, same thing. Throw fastball inside. See if you can jam him.
Second and third, 1 out. The breaking pitch is in for a strike. We showed you the lineup. We showed you the fact that Cruz, with a 17-game hitting streak, is average at .330. Had the game-winning home run a couple of nights ago against Oakland. His 14th of the year. 0-1 pitch. Fastball just misses in. That'll leave it to count.
Well, a good spot with that fastball. If Nelson makes a pass at that pitch, he's going to jam him, break his bat.
Two balls and a strike. Mention how good Urban Santana has been, especially of late. Last 3 starts, a 1.56 ERA. 4 earned runs in his 23 innings leading up to tonight. Pitches outside. 3-1.
Well, he's a pitcher in this spot right now. You got to think in the lines of, I got to pick up my fielders. Yes, they made some mistakes here behind me in the first inning, but if I can come through and only give up 1 run in this inning, I've done my job, picked up the fellas, and they'll be able to pick me back later on with some runs.
Cruz swings at that slider. The count goes full. Three-two to Nelson Cruz. Got him with a fastball. Down goes Cruz. 2 outs.
What's a 94-mile-an-hour cheese gets by Cruz. Good looking slider again if he was able to throw that 3-1 slider. Well, our replay showed that good fastball, 4-seam fastball. Howard would show the rotation of that fastball on the outside corner to get the swing and miss. The difference between that 2-seam and 4-seam rotation.
Here's David Murphy getting the start out in left field. Some have speculated that this is what the Rangers should be doing. The consistency of Julio Bourbon, their young center fielder, have Murphy play left and move Hamilton to center field, where he's played the majority of the time a couple of years ago. Murphy hitting .255 this year. 5 home runs, 27 runs batted in. That pitch is on the corner, and that'll leave an account. Michael Young over at third base. Josh Hamilton at second. He had an RBI double in the first. Young reaching on the fielder's choice, advancing to second on the error by Eric Ibar. Could only advance to third base on that double by Hamilton. One. 2 balls and a strike. Irvin's not a guy, much like Jared Weaver, you have to worry too much as far as the pitch count is concerned. He's hit 19 pitches thus far here in the first. All 3 guys this week, as a matter of fact. Guys that will work past that century mark.
Well, what a luxury for Mike Butcher and Mike Soch to have those type of pitchers going in this series.
He falls behind at 3 balls and a strike. The former Angel Benji Molina on deck. Irvin Santana tonight. Dan Herron against Rich Harden tomorrow for Texas. Coming off the DL. Battle of former Oakland Athletics. Murphy taps this with foul full count. And of course Sunday, the finale. Jared Weaver and Cliff Lee.
Boy, that's some kind of pitching matchup. See all 3 games of this series. The Rangers always been known as a club that has a lot of bats in the lineup, and they can certainly score, but they got some good arms too.
Murphy out toward left center field. Torrey's coming on. He's not going to get this one. That's a 2 RBI single. Texas leads at 3-0. So 1 pitch away of trying to sneak out of this first inning with 1 run allowed. 3 have come across. And the inning continues with Molina coming up.
Number 11, catcher Benji Molina.
Boy, a fastball. Napoli wanted that fastball off the outside corner, or very least on the corner. Got a little bit too much to the plate. Not exactly hit hard, but well placed by Murphy.
Picks up his 28th and 29th RBIs of the year. And you've got to pay attention to Murphy at first. Benji late on the fastball, and it's 0-1. Hitting just .203 since coming over to trade. The San Francisco Giants, a couple of home runs, 7 RBIs. Given the bulk of the catching duties. With Matt Trainer going on the DL. 0-2 now. Quick throw over. Murphy back. Now it sails over the head of Napoli. Mike appeared to be looking off speed pitch. That fastball right over his head. That's 1 ball, 2 strikes as Murphy advances on the wild pitch.
And they're going to talk about it right now.
I mean, you're doing Benji Molina a favor if you trying to speed up his bat with a breaking pitch.
Yeah, after he's late on 2 consecutive fastballs at 94. That's what you got to stick with.
On the ground is short. Ibar's got it. Molina is retired through no fault of his own. Irvin Santana allows 3 runs here at the top of the first inning. Angels coming up down 3-0. 52-9 back of the Texas Rangers, having lost 4 in a row. Eric Ibar leading things off at short. Meister Asturis at second base. Bobby Abreu is in right. Torrey Hunter at center. Hideki Matsui, the DH. Alberto Callasco getting to start at third with Howie Kendrick at first. Juan Rivera in left field. Mike Napoli doing the catching, facing the right-hander. And youngster, Tommy Hunter.
Tommy Hunter doing a great job. 8-0 mark on the season. 2.31 ERA. Not overpowered. Doesn't strike out a ton of batters. 32 Ks and 62 and a third. His fastball 91-95. He cuts the fastball 87-90. Has a curveball, slider, and a changeup. Throws a lot of strikes and is very aggressive.
The one saving grace for Urban Santana is the fact that all 3 runs are unearned runs at the top of the inning because of the error by Eric Ibar. He leads things off here, hitting .279. Shows bunt, takes outside. 3 home runs, 20 RBIs for Eric Ibar. Ibar getting off to that slow start this year, but good swing of the bat, much better of late. Struggled in that Red Sox series as he is ahead of the count at 2-0. Tommy Hunter has won his last 3 consecutive. The last, of course, coming on the 25th against the Angels. Going 6 1/3, giving up 3 earned runs. As he falls behind at 3 balls and no strikes. He departed that game in what was a curious move at that time. Pitching very comfortably. Having thrown only 71 pitches. And perhaps it's one of those things where, as an organization, really in his first full season in the big leagues, which really hasn't been even a full season. The trio is in there for strength. They start to limit pitches and kind of extend him throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier before the game, that philosophy of some organizations as far as pushing a youngster back, give him a couple of extra days rest, limit their pitches during the course of a game. I'm a big believer. He's there for a reason. He's good enough to get people out. You let him stay in the game long enough to tell you that he can't get any more guys out. If his fastball is up, he's not locating his breaking pitches. I think you got to try to win when you can. You can't babysit pitchers too much.
The other thing that we speculated too during that game is to see the skipper Ron Washington doing a fine job this year. The fact that he did take a line drive off the right hip. We thought for a moment, well, maybe that's what it was. It kind of stiffened up for him because he came back the next inning, was erratic. As the first pitch is a strike to Asturis after the walk to Ibar. But obviously no signs, no anything going on with Hunter. Although the question was this week with Texas, they were going to start Feldman today, Hunter tomorrow. Then they flip-flopped it. Then they flip-flopped it back. Then they came back to it. Now we've learned that Scott Feldman is going to go to the bullpen, although no official announcement has been made. As Meister fouls this one back, has no balls and 2 strikes with Rich Harden scheduled to come and make the start tomorrow.
And they also have the luxury of Derek Holland ready at some point. The hard throwing lefty who threw a complete game against the Angels last year on the horizon. So they do have some good arms, and they've been throwing a lot, especially out of the bullpen for this club. A lot of appearances, a lot of innings pitched, so they do have some flexibility with some youngsters.
Hunter ahead of the count at no balls, 2 strikes with Ibar first. Now he steps off. We'll show you the Rangers defensively here in just a moment. Meister hitting .237, 3 home runs, and 21 runs batted in this year. Takes upstairs, 1-2. Breaking pitch back up the middle, barehanded by Hunter. The low throw. Andrus is out at second, they call him. Apparently, somehow, Elvis Andrus touched the bag at second with his foot, and Ibar is recorded out. Ibar can't believe the call. Larry Vanover, the veteran umpire, made the call, and Mike Scioscia, of course, going to come out to argue. From this vantage point, now they're going to check Tommy Hunter, too, on the bare hand. From this vantage point, it never looked like Andrus got his foot on the bag, but he may have touched that outfield corner of second base.
I'll tell you what, if he touched the base at all, that's one of the better plays you're going to see all season long, because that was one of those throws right away. Again, starting pitchers, relief pitchers, any pitcher, ground ball at the middle, do not use your bare hand. You catch it, your hand is numb right away. That's why that throw was low. Anticipation of Andrus being there at second base. He just threw it right to the base. You got to make sure his guy is there at that point. Maybe it looked like he did touch it. It possibly as he's going by the base. But if he did, I'll tell you what, that's an amazing play. Didn't get it there.
Touch it there. It looks like he did scrape it right there.
Scrape it on the top of the base.
Fantastic play by Elvis Andrus. Here's a better look at it. Doesn't get it with the right foot. This is the question right here. Yes, he does.
He did. That's
what
a
terrific
call.
play by Elvis Andrus. Ibar's retired for the first out.
That's not as good as you can make as far as
Absolutely.
a play. That's a bad throw. Again, pitchers, you communicate with your middle infielder. Who do I have as far as the comebacker to me? Talk to shortstop, talk to second base, whoever's going to be there. You got to wait at least for them to get to that position to be able to make that throw. A dangerous throw, but an unbelievable athletic play by Andrus at shortstop. Arguably the reason why this club is playing so well this year, the Rangers, because their defense is much better with him at shortstop.
All right, long conversation on the mound after Tommy Hunter got a chance to throw a couple of warm-up pitches. No visit to the mound as charged as they were just checking on the bare hand. That's just a natural instinct for him. He gets the lead runner. Terrific play by Hunter. Even better play by Elvis Andrus. One out, man on, and Bobby Abreu up.
You see right there, Hunter pointed to Andrus saying, that's who I'm going to throw to. This time, if I get the ground ball back up the middle, this time I'll wait until you get to the base.
First pitch to Abreu is down and in for ball one. You know, for all the talk for Texas about the offense, the acquisitions that they've made since the beginning of July, especially the Cliff Lee deal, and now have gone on to Benjamin Molina and Jorge Cantu, the supposed deal for Christian Guzman. The defense that the Rangers have played, and they put on a clinic in Arlington, especially the outfield.
Hamilton and Cruz made some outstanding plays.
Unbelievable. Running down a couple of hard hit balls in the alleys.
Even Kinsler made some great plays at second base. Michael Young, I mean, that's a big difference for Ron Washington. You know, you're not giving away extra outs.
And that's what makes it that much more difficult when you give up 3 unearned runs to start a ball game. When you defensively have struggled, and offensively it's been that much more of a battle for the Angels.
Those extra outs always come back. You do as much as you can as a pitcher to be able to get through those innings, but sometimes it's out of your control.
1-1. Bobby Skies went out to shallow center. Andrus is going out. Hamilton's coming on. Hamilton calls up Andrus at the last moment. There's out number 2. Defensively, speaking of which, for the Texas Rangers in the outfield, you've got Murphy in left, Hamilton at center, Cruz in right. On the infield, you've got Young, Andrus, Arias, and Moreland from third to first, and Benjamin Molina doing the catching.
And Joaquin Arias taking over at second base for Ian Kinsler as he goes on to DL for the second time this season. Very good glove. Guy can run a little bit too, situational type hitter, but will definitely not lose a step as far as defensive side at second base for the Rangers.
There's Torrey Hunter up. 2 outs and man at first. The first pitch is in for a strike. .286 on the year for Torrey. 16 and 64. Takes that one down and in. Evens the count on the ball and a strike.
Well, this is the time when you're leader of your club up right now, and Torrey Hunter, well, it would be nice for him to get an extra base hit to get one of those runs back after a tough top of the first inning. Give the team some life.
Meister still hanging out at first base. The 1-1 pitch is hit toward the hole. Michael Young moves to his left. Throws on the second. They force out his Stewart. So the Angels get their leadoff man on. A terrific defense by the Rangers. After one complete, Texas leads at 3-0. Top of the second here at the Big A. Texas up 3-0. Mitch Moreland, the first baseman, leads things off. Texas ends up 8-9-1 against Irvin Santana. I said that Irvin threw 25 pitches in the first. He threw 26. 0-1 pitch. Moreland rips this one into right field. There's a leadoff base hit. So for the second consecutive inning, the Rangers have their leadoff man on board. We take a look at our Hyundai keys to the game.
Well, this is a very easy one tonight for the Angels. You've got to have that urgency, that sense of urgency where you have to find a way to win. That top of the first is over with right now. You can't look back on that one. As a pitcher, as a defense, and as an offense, urgency is the key word that has to be accomplished tonight and have to get that W somehow, some way.
Joaquin Arias at the plate now with nobody out and Moreland at first. Arias takes down low. Getting to start, as Gooby pointed out, at second base for the injured Ian Kinsler. Been talked about throughout the night that the Rangers have acquired Christian Guzman from the Washington Nationals. See that fastball hit the corner. Evens the count of 1-1 strike. And even though Mike Rizzo, the general manager of the Nationals, has talked to his own media members there and has announced the players that they would be getting in return for Guzman. It's not an official deal, I guess. Apparently, Guzman has 10-5 rights, 10 years in the big leagues, at least 5 consecutive with the current club. He's got a 24-hour period. Arias takes a strike on the corner. It's 1-2.
What could you be thinking of?
I don't know. I mean, if you've already said yes and your agent has said yes, and the deal's pretty much consummated.
And you're going for the Nationals, who are a young team, and they're playing pretty well. But you go to a team that right now is in first place. There should be no discussion.
Missed inside with a fastball. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, we've seen a number of players over the years say, "No, I want to stay with my current club."
So Arias filling in at second until Guzman arrives as he fouls this one out to the right.
Guzman, when he came up with the Minnesota Twins, had a lot of speed, hit a lot of triples, put up some decent power numbers too over the last few seasons.
A little different player now than back in those days. As Arias hits one out to right. Abreu comes in a couple of steps, puts it away, and there's out number 1. Moreland remains at first, and back to the top of the order, Elvis Andrus. We also mentioned that Jorge Cantu was acquired from the Florida Marlins. He's with the ball club.
This is right-handed pop. Whether he plays some first base, plays some infield positions himself, a little outfield.
Texas sending Chris Davis back down to the minor leagues. Speaking of moves, Kevin Franzen, before the game today, was optioned down to AAA Salt Lake. Joel Pinheiro placed on the disabled list. There goes the runner. This is hit the left. Hit and run works to perfection. Moreland had his head down. Now realizes that ball's in left field. And he ends up at third base. That ball not hit very hard, but with Ibar covering at second, that hole was opened up. And the Rangers have first and third here with 1 away.
Well, we've seen the Angels execute this so well offensively themselves, getting the defense out of their comfortable positions, covering bases, movement. Just put the ball in play. That ball was not hit hard at all. Even the base hit in the right field was not hit hard. And here they are, first and third with 1 out.
The 5 hits that Texas has had in this game through the first inning plus have all been softly hit. Even though Hamilton got the double to right field, misplay by Bobby Abreu as far as the route that he took. That's probably the hardest hit ball. Michael Young swings through that breaking field. But just to finish the thought on Franzen getting option, Trevor Bell will get the start in place of Pinheiro, and then Bobby Cazavar has been added to the bullpen.
Big thought process there after the bullpen was used so much the other day. Wednesday's day game, when Pinheiro was hurt before the game started, Scott Shields started that ball game. The whole bullpen was used. So get a little flexibility down there.
Runner goes. A third out from Napoli is high. Andrus has a stolen base. 25th of the year. And Texas with runners at second and third here might force the Angels to bring their infield in.
And this stolen base is going to go against Mike Napoli, but he had no chance to throw out Andrews there. He got a big jump against Urban Santana. Again, Urban's not real fast at the plate, but then again, there's been a lot of great pitchers over the years that haven't been real fast.
Infield playing back. Kendrick playing in a little bit at first. Swing and a miss on its slider.
It's kind of surprising considering the offense and his struggles. The thought must be is try to prevent a bigger inning for Texas because they can score runs so quickly.
Moreland doesn't run that well at third base. Rivera's deep and left. There's the 1-2 pitch. Got him looking on the outside corner. Took something off. And down goes Young for out number 2.
Great changeup. Talked to Mike Butcher the other day about Urban Santana's changeup. He's feeling more and more comfortable throwing that pitch of late. So outside corner with that pitch at 86. Kind of will show how he's able to turn over that changeup and get the outside corner. The speed, movement, and deception. Perfect spot.
So Butcher's out to talk things over with Santana Napoli with first base open. Josh Hamilton due up. You have the option of putting him on to try to take your chances against Vladimir Guerrero. And there's your answer.
Try to make it swinging a pitch out of the zone.
Hamilton hit that RBI double in the first inning, came around to score. He's 1 for 1.
In these situations, I like going after the hitter. Unless the manager takes that away from you. Rick Burgett's coming out to talk to Urban Santana.
Oh, when you see something like that, does he nosebleed?
Yeah, a lot of times you've seen Urban with nosebleeds. You can see right there he's definitely having that issue once again.
So Urban's ready to go. Behind at the count of 1 ball, no strikes. Moreland at third. Andrus at second. Two balls and no strikes. Texas getting 3 unearned runs, in the first inning. A double by Hamilton. A 2 RBI single by David Murphy. That pitch is down low. Everything in the 80s from Santana on the first 3 pitches.
Trying to make him swing at a pitch out of the zone. But again, remember here, 3-0. Hamilton's going to get the green light. You don't want to throw one of those fastballs over the middle of the plate to think he'll take it.
There's ball 4.
The old unintentional, intentional walk.
Loads him up for Vladdy. Guerrero hit that comebacker to Santana in the first inning. That was the first out of that first inning. So he's 0 for 1. Got out to a torrid start against his former teammates. But the Angels kept him in check for the most part in that 4-game series in Arlington. First pitch. Fastball bounced right back up the middle. Moreland and Andrus will score. It is 5-0 Texas. That is RBI 81 and 82 for Vladimir Guerrero.
Number 17, outfielder Nelson Cruz.
Irvin went a fastball. Been wanting to go fastball inside. This pitch was out over the plate. Allowed Vlad to get his arms extended, hit that ground ball right through the middle, driving in 2.
Sharp ground ball. Full extension of the arms. And here's Nelson Cruz, a strikeout victim his first time up. Takes a slider in for a strike. Second straight inning in which Irvin's got an opportunity to kind of limit the damage. With 3-2 on Murphy before he got the 2-out base hit. Now first pitch swinging was Guerrero with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. This one fouled off to the right. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one's lined right to second. Sturz puts it away for the 3rd out. But Texas adds 2 more. And we head to the bottom of the 2nd. Angels down 5-0. Tommy Hunter, who issued a leadoff walk to Eric Ibar in the 1st inning, made a terrific play on a comebacker off the bat of Meister Sturz, and then didn't allow a base runner to get to second. Hideki hitting .251, 14 home runs, 55 runs batted in. Swings to the first pitch and lines with the center field. The leadoff man is on board for Alberto Callaspo as we take a look at our FoxSportsWest.com poll question this evening. Which was the best trade deadline deal? Carlos Beltran in 2004, Randy Johnson in 98, David Cohn in 95, Rick Sutcliffe in 1984, Lou Brock in 1964.
Well, Rick Sutcliffe won the Cy Young after traded from Cleveland to the Chicago Cubs there in 84 and took them to the playoffs and almost got them to the World Series that season.
Tough to argue with John Smoltz, Doyle Alexander. Doyle was okay for the Tigers. He went in their first strike.
He did go 9-0 that year.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Yeah, but then Smoltz on his way to the Hall of Fame.
1984 also, right?
Yes.
For the world champion Tigers.
I think he was on that team because they got by some team in Kansas City to get to the World Series that year.
1 ball, 1 strike on Callaspo. That's the toughest part about being a general manager, having never done it, is you love your players. You love your prospects. Callaspo takes a strike and it's 1-2, but at some point you've got an opportunity to make a trade that you think is going to put you over the hump. As much as the Tigers love John Smoltz, Doyle Alexander did get them to 9-0, or he won 9 games for it and got them the brass ring.
I mean, the thing is, for me, even David Cohn came up through the Kansas City organization, and he certainly looked like he was going to be a very good pitcher for a lot of years, a superstar pitcher. But at that point, John Schertz, who was our general manager, decided to make a deal with the New York Mets for Ed Hearn. At that point, a backup catcher for him. We needed a catcher in Kansas City to get to that next level.
That side to center field. A back-to-back hits for the Angels here in the 2nd inning. 2 on and nobody out.
So they pulled off that deal. Yes, it turned out to be a one-sided deal, but the reality was you have to take those chances. When you feel you're at the cusp of winning a championship, you know, sometimes evaluations aren't done the right way, but when you're at the cusp of a championship, I would rather have a general manager make a deal to be able to help a team win a world championship now than worry about down the road.
Ed Hearn was going to put you over the hump.
Well, that's what we were told. Well, he did win the world championship with the Mets that year before.
Oh,
he got a lot of playing time because Gary Carter got hurt, and that's a big at-bats. Believe me, David Cohn and I were roommates. I wasn't real happy about it.
Back-to-back hits for the Angels here in the second. Here's Howie Kendrick. Nobody out. Howie hitting 270. 7 home runs, 53 runs batted in. First pitch is in for a strike. Maybe it's a radar gun readings, or maybe it's just the fact that Hunter maybe a little bit more rested, but a little more life on his fastball tonight than in his previous start in Arlington. That last pitch at 93 miles an hour. We seldom saw that in that last start.
He was hovering around 88, 89, hitting his spots, but it certainly wasn't overpowering.
0-1 pitch. Down low. The Angels in the series with the Boston Red Sox, 3 for 20. A 150 average with men in scoring position. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Howie went 2 for 10 against Boston. He was 1 for 4 on Wednesday. Matsui leading off at second, 2-1. Howie fouls this one off to the right. Howie making his second start this year at first base. Napoli doing the catching tonight. Here comes the 2-2. Breaking ball is cut on and missed. Down goes Kendrick. There's out number 1. Big pitch for Tommy Hunter. And he gets the first down of the inning. Brings up Juan Rivera.
I think when you look at plus pitches for Tommy Hunter, good location with his fastball, but his curveball definitely is a plus pitch. On top of that, 12-6 variety on that curveball. Out in front, Howie Kendrick was.
So here's Juan Rivera hitting 258 on the year. Takes a fastball right down a pipe for a strike. Juan with 1 RBI in his last 19 games. And the Rangers have had his number. It's just 4 for 21 against them. Breaking ball hammered out toward deep left center field. Murphy's back at the wall. Gone! 3-run Jimmy Jack for Juan Rivera. And the Angels get on the board as they trail it 5-3.
We're talking about the best play in baseball, the 3-run home run to get you all the way back in the ballgame. Now only down by 2 runs with 1 swing of the bat. An all-speed pitch. Sped up the bat of Juan Rivera. He's able to hit it out to left center field. What an important bat for him, and what an important bat for the Angels as they try to get back in this game. Breaking ball. We talked about the plus pitch in that 12-6 variety, but this time he got underneath. But you can see in the next moment will show a perfect view of his wrist. Getting underneath that curveball, flattens it out, becomes a very hittable pitch.
Not as sharp as the one he dropped in the previous at bat to Howie Kendrick as Napoli takes a strike. 12th home run of the year. And now 4 RBIs over the last 20 games. Napoli takes down low, and that'll even the count. sit there and go, oh, Mike Napoli batting in a 9-hole. Third time this year he's batting ninth.
With 18 home runs in the number 9 spot.
Takes down and in. 2 balls and a strike. A nice shot on the arm for the Angels. Be able to score a couple of runs in an inning. Get back into this game. Down 5-3 now. Napoli skies this one on the first base side. Moreland's coming over, looking towards Benji Molina. Moreland can't find it. That falls in for a foul ball. I'm not sure Moreland ever even saw that ball because he took somewhat of a passive approach into foul territory and then glanced over to Molina.
And that's always an easier play for the first baseman coming in as compared to the catcher. You know, Benji Molina's in his catching position, his squatting position, has to get up and run over that far. First baseman's always going to be the guy to call off on that play most times.
Benji's behind the plate.
All times.
All times. 2-2. That's hard hit, but on the ground to second. Arias has got it. Napoli is retired for the second down of the inning.
Well, all of a sudden, with that one swing for Juan Rivera, we got ourselves a game right now. All of a sudden, there's some life, not only in the stands, but in that Angel dugout. An opportunity to get back, a must-win. First game of the series is an absolute must-win for the Angels. Now, all of a sudden, they got a shot. He's got to play some defense, throw up some zeros, and get this offense rolling. They've hit some balls hard, much harder than the Rangers have hit the ball, but yet they got 5 runs as compared to 3 from Mike Scioscia's Angels.
Here's Eric Ibar. Takes that big curveball down low for ball 1. Well, the Angels have been waiting for Juan and Abreu and Matsui, all 3 to get consistent for a long period of time. They've had spurts throughout, but all 3 hovering in that 250 range. Rivera's average gets close to 260 now with that home run. 2 balls and no strikes on Ibar. And Juan has been a notorious second half hitter. That's all fine and good, but now you're 9 games back. It's time to step up. And he certainly did with that home run.
Going a 10 or 12 game hit streak.
Ibar launches one to right. Cruz is back, and this one is gone. Big fly from Eric Ibar. It is a 1-run deficit. Texas is up 5-4.
Well, we said it. Tommy Hunter doesn't wow you with an overpowering fastball. He hits his spots, but when he misses his spot, you're going to see these type of results. 2 home runs in the same inning by the Angels against Tommy Hunter. All of a sudden, they're only 1 run down now because of 2 big swings. Well, that baseball got out now. Hurry.
Down.
Fastball up. Good motion on top of that fastball. Straightens it out. Ran right to the heart of the plate. Boy, Eric Ibar doesn't hit many home runs, but he knew he got that one.
4th of the year. His 21st RBI. A 1-run deficit now. 5-4 Texas. Here's Meister Sturz. 0 for 1 and reached down a fielder's choice. His first time up at that play that Hunter made on that comebacker. An even better play by Elvis Andrus. And forcing out Ibar for the first down in that first inning. On the ground, slowly hit towards short. Sturz is retired for the 3rd out of the inning, but boy, the Angels answer back. Down 5-0. They get 4 here in the second, and after 2 complete, they trail it 5-4. It's 4 runs courtesy of those two guys. Juan Rivera, 3-run home run. Ibar, a solo shot, making it a 1-run game. Now it's up to Irvin Santana to throw up the big goose egg here, facing David Murphy, who's 1 for 1. Had that 2 RBI single on a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs in the first inning. Clutch piece of hitting from Murphy. At that point, had put Texas up 3-0. There's a strike, and the count is even at 1-1. Irvin with 2 punch outs, 1 walk. The walk came to Hamilton as he had first base open, trying to pitch around him, and Vladdy made him pay for it. 1-2 now. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Rangers. Murphy, Molina, Moreland. Tied him up nicely with that fastball. The count remains at 1-2.
What a great target set up by Mike Napoli. He was completely out of his crouch position to be able to go up and set the target high, and Murphy still swung at that pitch.
Fastball got him looking into the knees. And there's out number 1. First time in the game that Irvin has retired the leadoff man. Andrews had a base hit in the first, Moreland base hit in the second.
Boy, painting a 91-mile-an-hour fastball right on the outside corner. That's textbook pitch sequence. Good job by Mike Napoli behind the plate, also working with Irvin Santana. That is still my favorite pitch, that 0-2 fastball right on the outside corner.
Benja grounded out to short his first time up. Takes outside for ball 1. Breaking ball, hit the left. Rivera over to cut it off. Molina will stop at first with a long single. And there's a man on with 1 away. Hey, folks, get ready to bring the Rally Monkey home. That's right. It's Rally Monkey Soap Dispenser Night, and tomorrow night it's free. Free, I tell you, to all kids, 2 to 18. Here in attendance, courtesy of Custom Comfort Mattress. Purchase your tickets today at angelsbaseball.com or the Angels Stadium ticket window. Not only can you put soap in there, you could mix in some Purell if you'd like.
Oh, I mean, everyone's talking about that all around town. They cannot wait for that soap dispenser.
Well,
the Rally Monkey.
It's basically my gift to our stage manager, Dean Benson, who today is celebrating his 52nd birthday. He looks so young and so little still for being 52 years of age. Happy birthday, Dean.
Happy birthday, Dean.
There's Mitch Moreland. Takes outside for ball 1. But he's actually 54 today. Sorry. You're the man, Dean. We appreciate everything you do. Moreland had that single to right field, came around the score as he swings here and pops one up. Ibar on the infield dirt. Makes the catch, 2 outs.
Boy, a chance at that shutdown inning for Irvin Santana. Now with 2 outs.
Number 14, second baseman, Joaquin Arias.
This for NASCAR, Irvin would have to be going into pit row to change out the gauze. It is about that time as Arias steps up with 2 outs and a man at first. If you weren't with us earlier, Irvin a little nosebleed in the second inning.
He's had that over the past. He had one, I thought it was up in Toronto a couple of years ago, when he ended up going, I think, a complete game. Sometimes as a pitcher, that way you end up not worrying about, okay, let me think, what am I going to throw? What am I going to throw here? You just go out there and attack the zone. You have other things to be able to distract you, that being the nosebleed.
Count even on Arias at 1 ball, 1 strike. Arias hit a fly ball to right field in the second. He's 0 for 1. A good location on that fastball, 1-2. And Arias launches one out to deep left center field. This ball is hit well, and this one is off the base of the wall. Benji's heading to third. He'll stop there. It is a double for Joaquin Arias. His 5th of the year. Puts runners at second and third with 2 outs, and Andrus coming up.
Well, he's fortunate enough to keep that ball in the ballpark. He's crushed that. His 5th double. Fortunate enough, Benji Molina was at first base, unable to score on this pitch out over the plate. Elevated. Perfect pitch to be able to drive, and one hops the wall. Juan Rivera got it in quickly to prevent the run from scoring.
And now dealing with the leadoff man in Andrus, who's 2 for 2 already with a couple of singles. He swings and lines one to right, a base hit. Molina will score. Arias will be stopped at third. Andrus is heading to second base. Bobby Abreu airmailing Howie Kendrick, and that allows Andrus to get to second. And Texas gets a run back. 6-4 they lead it here. And it all started with the Molina base hit.
Boy, the need for that 0 to be put up by Urban Santana. Pitch out over the plate. Andrus having a solid season, although he had been struggling of late. But Bobby, no chance to be able to get the throw at home. Airmails the cutoff man and allows Andrus to get into second base. You take away that force play at second base.
And Bobby, a veteran guy, should know better than that. I know you're excited about getting the guy. You got to give the opportunity, at least the perception, to the base runner that the cutoff man has an opportunity to get that baseball. And a great read on the part of Elvis Andrus, recognizing the fact that that ball was so high that Howie wasn't going to be able to cut it off. And we've seen in the limited time that the Angels have played the Rangers, Dave Anderson is not the most aggressive guy as a third base coach. Michael Young takes outside.
And we talk about taking away that force play at second base because Michael Young runs pretty well. So if you had a ground ball on the hole to short, you want that play at second, that shorter throw. And all of a sudden that's taken away, or a play to third.
1-0 pitch. Young fouls it off to the right. 1-1. Young is 0 for 2. Fielder's choice. He reached on that one and scored eventually in the first inning, then struck out looking in the second inning. One of 3 strikeouts for Urban Santana. Lines one to center. Torrey going back on it is there. Makes the grab, and there's a third out. And Texas gets one of those runs back. We hit at the bottom of the third with the Rangers up 6-4. So far, and it's now time for the Angels to try to get that run back. They got 4 in the second to make it a 5-4 deficit. And they'll send up 3, 4, and 5. Abreu, Hunter, Matsui here against Tommy Hunter. Hunter has thrown 37 pitches. They're at 23. They've gone for strikes. The first pitch is in for a strike. Abreu 0 for 1 hit a moonshot of a fly ball out to center field to first. He's 0 for 1. Takes that pitch down to the low. Evens the count. Hunter with a strikeout and a walk. He got Howie Kendrick for the first out after the first two guys reached in the second. But then Rivera with a 3-run home run. Ibar followed with a 2-out solo shot. That's upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. 9 hits for Texas already. Angels with 4. But 3 of the 6 runs that the Rangers have scored all unearned. 3 of the 6 anyways unearned coming in that first inning. Now he takes on. It's 3 balls and a strike.
Well, Tommy Hunter's not giving any impression he's going to settle in at any point either. He's going to give up some runs himself. So Irvin Santana, you're sitting on the bench. You're thinking, okay, my offense is going to score some runs for me tonight. I got a chance to get one of those wins that, hey, in the box scores, it doesn't look great as far as the runs allowed, but the reality is a win's a win.
This already the most earned runs that Tommy Hunter's allowed this year. Previous high had been 3, and that was against the Angels. And also against Baltimore back on July the 8th.
He's had some troubles against the Angels. He's 1-2 in his career with a 7 ERA.
On the ground is short. Andrews gets rid of it. And the Braves retired for the first out. So with 1 out, Torrey Hunter steps to the plate. Nobody on base. And we'll take a look at our U.S. Marines leaders of the game. With Torrey coming up. 10 games against Texas this year. 3 home runs, 4 RBIs, 6 runs, and a total of 7 base on balls.
Torrey spends his offseason down there just outside of Dallas. Everyone's going to be watching back home in Texas tonight.
Yeah.
Hopefully he put up some numbers again.
Place called Prosper, Texas. This one fouled back. Hunter made a good pitch in the first at bat against Torrey Hunter. Jammed him, grounded out. So he's 0 for 1.
And that cut fastball right now, that spot was a very hittable one. Torrey fouled that straight back.
Fouled back, no balls, 2 strikes. Tommy Hunter didn't get to the big leagues this year until June 15th, or pardon me, June 5th. Got his first start against Tampa Bay. Only 2 no decisions for him in his 10 starts in the big leagues this year. This one's fouled back off the end of the bat. No balls, 2 strikes still. Hunter ahead of the count at 0-2. And Hunter backs out. Jammed him. This one into the seats.
Torrey with that spot because he got in his kitchen on that fastball. Fortunately enough, he was able to foul that away and it got out of the field of play. Otherwise, it's a pop up in the infield.
In the dirt, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Torrey took Tommy Hunter deep with his first at bat in Arlington on the 25th. At that point, that was his 16th home run, and that was his last home run. One-two. Breaks his bat. This one over to second. Arias has got it. Fires it over to first, and Torrey is retired. 2 up and 2 down here to third. Take a look at our Jaguar game summary thus far. Texas had it 3-0 in the first inning. Vladimir Guerrero made it 5-0 with that 2-out base hit. Tommy Hunter giving up a 3-run home run to Juan Rivera in the second, making 5-3 Texas in Ibar. And in a 1-run deficit, 5-4 dead moment. The Rangers down 1 back in the third. That's where we stand right now. 6-4 Rangers. With 2 outs, nobody on for Hideki Matsui. Takes that fastball high. Matsui had that leadoff base hit in the second, came around the score on the Rivera home runs. He's 1 for 1. Hunter falls behind it. 2 balls and no strikes.
Good hitters count now for Matsui, who does have a home run in his career against Tommy Hunter.
That one on the outside corner, 2-1. Well, the stadium filling in nicely. Great crowd on hand. Wells Fargo Big Bang Friday tonight. Fireworks after the game.
A lot of fireworks already. 10 runs scored already here in the bottom of the third.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Combined for 13 hits between these 2 teams. Although one side of it, Texas having 9 of them. Two on its way. Got a piece of that one. This one hit hard, but over to second. Arias has got it. Tommy Hunter has his first 1, 2, 3 inning. 3 complete here at the Big A. Texas leads at 6-4. Only Angel in club history to hit for the cycle against the Texas Rangers. I'm going to stop you right there. I think we know what the answer is, but let's let the viewers at home cast their ballot. Secret ballot.
All right.
It would only make sense that it's someone that is physically in the building. That's the only hint that I will provide. I don't know the answer. That's my guess. Texas up 6-4. Hamilton, Guerrero, Cruz. You seem disappointed.
Yes. I might have had a shot at one.
It seems like I just told you what your Christmas gift's going to be this year.
A Rally Monkey soap dispenser?
You got me again. Dean's regifting. Hamilton had an RBI double his first time up, walked his second time, so he's 1 for 1 as he swings at a couple of breaking pitches. No balls, 2 strikes. Boy, at some point, the talk about Josh Hamilton is going to have to turn into MVP talk. He puts this one on the ground at second. Meister's got it, feeds Kendrick. There's out number 1. That's how good a year he is having. I mean, every year we talk about what Miguel Cabrera having a banner year for the Tigers, but this guy has been fairly consistent throughout the entire season and played spectacular defense.
And his club's in first place at this particular point, too. I mean, there's no question in my mind if I had to vote for the MVP. About 2-3 weeks ago, I thought maybe Miguel Cabrera was that close between him and Josh Hamilton, but for me, still we're taking Miguel right now. Miguel doesn't have a lot of protection now in that lineup. So many key guys out for him. But Hamilton, just those plays defensively. You mentioned his defense. The plays he made in the outfield against the Angels in Arlington. That first initial step is amazing.
I'm still awed by the non-play he made as Vladdy takes a strike and it's 1-1 on the Isturis double. The one that went off his glove that he dove on a ball that off the bat seemingly was a double, clean double, and he's still got a glove on it. 2 balls and a strike.
And that arm strength also.
Guerrero 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs single, rolls this one foul. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
What does Irvin go right back in with the fastball in at the hands, or does he try to get him to swing and miss and a slider off the outside corner? I'm going fastball in.
Going back outside, and he chases that slider. Ibar comes in, gets rid of it quickly, and Guerrero is retired for the second out of the inning. Hey, folks, the next Kaiser Family Sunday takes place a couple of days from now. That's on Sunday, August 1st. All kids 12 and under will be invited down to the field to run the bases following the game against the Rangers. Purchase your tickets at angelsbaseball.com. Still trying to bribe Gooby into running the bases after the game.
I like to break it down when I hit it over the fence. I don't want to waste energy.
You go 1 flap down, little Jeffrey Leonard when you're running the bases with the kids.
Yes, I have to show them the proper way. The Cool Breeze it after a home run.
In memory of Cool Breeze, who's now in Salt Lake. Nelson Cruz has just hit a monster home run to deep left field. It is 7-4 Texas. That is an 18-game hitting streak and in grand fashion.
Well, not too often as a hitter, you have to feel as if you had a drive on a golf course where this pitch was exactly where Nelson Cruz was looking for that pitch. If you're talking about center up a baseball, fastball, inner half, squared it up and crushed it.
That's his 15th home run of the year. And his 58th RBI, first hit of the game, extends that hitting streak to 18. That's in grown man territory.
I haven't seen many baseballs hit that far. And again, you have to have some velocity on the fastball to be able to generate that type of power.
Murphy out the left. Here comes Rivera. He'll make the catch. There's out number 3. But all of a sudden, what was a 1-run deficit is a 3-run deficit as Texas has got solo runs the last 2. They lead at 7-4. Only Angel in club history to hit for the cycle against the Texas Rangers. Sean Figgins, who's not in the building tonight on August 16, 2006. I thought it'd be Gary Pettis, first base coach for the Texas Rangers.
See, I knew along with Sean Figgins. I just was playing along with you.
Off Adam Eaton.
The former Philly.
So wait a second, I was at that game.
Good memory. So you're giving me grief about the All-Star game here in '89, not remembering any of my teammates.
Those were your teammates.
They were my adversaries during the season.
Alberto Callaspo takes a strike. Angels down 7-4. Callaspo, Kendrick, and Rivera here to face Tommy Hunter. Retired the side in order for the first time last time. This one's out to its center. Here comes Josh Hamilton. Plays it on the hop. And that is a leadoff single for Callaspo. That little hesitation by Hamilton when he first broke in is what allowed that ball to drop.
I think what the thought process for Hamilton was, you got a 3-run lead, do you come in and try to slide in and making that play, or just field it in front? Because if it gets by, that's a possible inside the park home run. Keep it in front, trust Tommy Hunter to be able to get a ground ball double play. Smart move, really, by Hamilton there. Almost still made the play.
Callaspo 2 for 2 now with a couple of singles. Here's Kendrick, who was a strikeout victim in the second. The only punch out that Tommy Hunter has had is the hit run is on it. It works to perfection. Callaspo round second, heading to third. And the Halos have first and third. Nobody out here for Juan Rivera coming up.
Now it's time for Coors Light. Cold, hard blast. Hanging breaking ball by Tommy Hunter. Juan Rivera with a couple guys on base goes 3-run Jimmy Jack into the palm trees in left center field. Hey, there's no law since you can't go back again for a 3-run Jimmy Jack if you're Juan Rivera.
Well, if he got another one, it would certainly make a lot of folks here at the Big A very happy, tying this ball game up. Texas jumping out to a 5-0 lead. Rivera and Ibar made it 5-4, but Texas has tacked on 2 more to make it 7-4. The home run by Juan, his 12th of the year, now with 38 RBIs. And you've got Napoli on deck. Little jam shot into right center field, and that's going to get down. Howard's down at second. He'll head to third. It is 7-5 Texas. 4 RBI night through 2 plate appearances for Juan Rivera.
Well, how nice is that to see back-to-back going first and thirds for the Angels, going back to old school. Yes, they've hit a couple home runs, but this opportunity to manufacture some runs and put the pressure back on Texas. Good job by Juan Rivera. Had himself a great game so far.
Mike Maddox out for the second time of this ball game. Tommy Hunter has allowed 3 consecutive hits here to start the 4th.
Well, he ran a fastball inside, but Juan Rivera was able to go inside out on that swing and fight it in the right center field for a base hit and an RBI.
Long visit to the mound. Texas starts to get action going. That's Matt Harrison, the lefty. He's a guy that is a former starter, a guy that could give you a lot of innings. Andy Hawkins, the bullpen coach, looking on. Napoli's 0 for 1. Ground ball to second. Kendrick at third, Rivera at first. First pitch is down and away. Hunter now has thrown his 60th pitch of the night. 39 strikes, 1 strikeout as we pointed out, 1 walk. And a very easy 1-2-3 inning in the third. 3 ground ball outs. A little different 4th inning here. So cut fastball on the outside corner evens the count.
Trying to avoid the inside part of the plate against Mike Napoli. So his fastball away, cut fastball away.
One pitch inside. 2 balls and a strike. Lays off that fastball, taking something off of it. And it's 3-1 with the top of the order, and Eric Ibar on deck.
Well, if you're Tommy Hunter here, you got to challenge him with a fastball, because if you walk Napa, you might be out of the game with no opportunity to get a win.
Harrison's ready to go in the bullpen, the left-hander. 3-1. Napoli out to straightaway center field, chasing Hamilton back. Not going to get this one. That is over the wall for a double. A run will score, and the Angels are down 7-6. The 4th straight hit here in the 4th inning. Napoli picks up his 45th RBI.
What a game so far already between these two rivals. 13 runs scored. And here comes Ron Washington. That is the last batter for Tommy Hunter. Well, that ball was crushed to center field by Mike Napoli. Had to go after it with that fastball, cut fastball, but it was centered and covered and run scored.
So pitching change. Matt Harrison's coming on here in the 4th inning with Texas leading at 7-6. Hunter, Texas leading it by the score of 7-6. Hunter unable to get to the first out here in the 4th. You see his line. He's still responsible for the guys on base. Rivera at 3rd, Napoli at 2nd. Let's take a look at Matt Harrison, a guy that has done a nice job just coming over to Texas in that trade for Mark Teixeira from the Atlanta Braves.
57 and 3rd innings, pitched 34 punch outs. Does have a lot of walks, so his control was an issue. Power fastball from the left side, 90 to 95. A curveball, a slider, and a changeup. Slider, a very good pitch. This out pitch when he's ahead of the count.
Harrison's thrown 6 consecutive scoreless frames. Picked up his first career relief win with 4 scoreless innings against the Tigers back on July 19th. Facing the leadoff man, and Eric Ibar spins around. And Ibar swings the first pitch and drills one out to left center field. That's going to be deep enough. Tagging is Rivera. Going to 3rd is Napoli. The throw gets away from Young. We are tied at 7.
We've seen some aggressive base running tonight from the Angels. Good job by Mike Napoli. Now at third base for the opportunity to take the lead.
2 RBI night for Eric Ibar. If we go back and take a look at the fastball that was on the inside part of the plate, Murphy had a pretty good throw to third base.
He was in pretty good position to make that throw. Had a shot at it. If Michael Young can catch that ball on that hop and apply the tag, he has a chance to get him out.
Estura swings for the first pitch, and it's no balls and a strike. Well, we've been talking about it for, 3+ months. This is Angels baseball. This is signature Angels baseball. We haven't seen a whole lot of it. We've been sitting back for that home run quite a bit.
First to third, hitting and running, putting some good swings, sacrifice fly, manufactures some runs.
That's inside, evens the count at 1-1. Meiser 0 for 2. Reached on the fielder's choice in the first, grounded to the shortstop Andrus in the second. Infield in for Texas, tied at 7 here in the bottom of the fourth.
Meiser very good in these situations, getting that run across, got the infield in. Percentages are much better. You can be successful.
Chasing that off-speed pitch. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Outfield shallow with Estura at the plate. Two balls, 2 strikes. Benji trying to dig that one out of the dirt with the backhand. It stays in front of him. Meiser only with 22 at-bats this year for the right side, but a 273 average compared to the 229 from the left. But only 3 RBIs from this side of the plate. He's got a duck on the pond at third base, representing the go-ahead run. This was on the ground. Pass Young into left field. There's a base hit. The Angels, after being down 5-0 in the second inning, lead it 8-7 here in the fourth.
Showing a lot of heart. That's a run that Mike Napoli got across to the Angels, being aggressive, tagging out from second to third, bringing the infield in, and because of that, Meister's able to hit that ground ball by Michael Young at third base. If he's playing back, he's a shot at making that play. Infield in, ground ball by him because he's in too far.
Well, the book is closed now on Tommy Hunter. 8 runs allowed in his 3+ innings. Bobby Abreu at the plate. And still one out. Throw over and Estura is back. The RBI for Meiser, his 22nd of the year. As you look at Abreu, who is 0 for 2. And a fly ball to center, his first time up, grounded to short in the third. That's down and in for ball 1. How about this game? Well, the Halos roll into this one 9 games back of this ball club, the Texas Rangers. And who would have thought it down 5-0 would have a 8-7 lead here in the fourth inning.
Old school American League baseball. Showing a lot of heart, the Angels coming back. You're now 5-0 after 2 innings. After a tough homestand to start with against Boston, getting swept.
And especially with the way the offense has been going of late, scuffling, having lost those 4 in a row and 7 of the last 8. Coming to life here tonight against Tommy Hunter, trying to keep it going here against Matt Harrison. Throw over to first. Kind of what you expected every game to be like between these 2 ball clubs. But Texas has been dominating the Angels this year. 6-2 record against the Halos coming into this one. 1-1 pitch. Brady takes inside, 2 balls and a strike.
Boy, 6 of the games have been 1-run games already. So they've, granted, Texas have had the advantage so far, but they've all been close games. But it's a fun game right here, 8-7. Not if you're a pitcher, but it's a fun game for the offensive side.
Two-one pitch. Abreu pops it up on the third base side. Michael Young on the warning track. Can make the catch. right off the end of the glove. The count evens at 2-2.
Generally, you're not going to get a lot of help from the opponent's side by the dugout, which you really shouldn't, unless you need to catch him flying in the dugout. Like Ron Renicky helped him back in the field of play.
Two-two. Inside, full count. Torrey Hunter on deck. Bobby, the seventh man to bat here in the fourth inning. Has a 3-ball, 2-strike count with a Sturris on at first. One away here in the fourth inning. You'd figure that as aggressive the Angels have been for the first couple of innings here, that Meiser would be going with a 3-2 count and 1 out.
Harrison pretty quick to the plate for a lefty. He uses that slide step, but definitely a situation where Mike Scioscia is going to be aggressive here.
He doesn't go. The 3-2 is cut on and missed. Down goes Abreu. 2 outs. With Bobby 0 for 3 thus far. That'll bring up Torrey Hunter. Torrey 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. Harrison delivers that fastball down and away for ball 1. Harrison started the year. The Rangers rotation went 1-1 with a 5.29 ERA in 6 starts before going on the DL due to left bicep tendonitis. That one's grounded to the left side. Young cuts it off, bobbles it, and Sturris will advance to second. Hunter will reach. Maddox is going to go out and talk things over with Harrison here. Third visit already by Mike Maddox. It is an error on Michael Young.
This is one of the visits too, as that ball was off the end of the glove by Michael Young. You wonder the significance of a visit right now. Granted, Harrison's a young pitcher, and Maddox is going to go out and talk to him. Try to calm him down. He made the pitch. Slow down that pace. I mean, Matt Harrison doesn't waste any time in between pitches.
So the Angels have batted around here in the fourth inning as Hideki Matsui steps in. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. Molina out to flash the signs with 2 outs here in first and second. Can't imagine what the signs would be, but he looked good doing it. It was efficient. Hideki Matsui with a base hit and a run scored in the second, a ground out in the third inning. 1 for 2 night this far. Takes a fastball into the knees. Pretty good location. It was 0-1.
And so with a hard hit base hit, and then a hard ground ball to second base, his second at bat. Facing a tough lefty here.
0-1. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. There's Sturris at second, Hunter over at first. 4 runs on 5 hits for the Angels here in the fourth inning. Chasing starter Tommy Hunter. 1-1 pitch. Inside, 2-1. Josh Hamilton at center, shading Matsui the opposite way. Hamilton's fouled back. 2-2. Two outside. Full count, gets away from Molina. The Steelers will stay at second. But with 2 outs and a full boat, to get the base runners going here on the pitch.
Yeah, no need to take that chance if you're Meiser. The ball rolled away from Benji Molina. Unless you're guaranteed to be at third base, you stay where you're at. You're going to move it anyhow. And Matsui at the plate, an opportunity to get run number 9 and possibly number 10 across with a well-hit ball by Matsui.
Payoff pitch. Matsui goes down swinging for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Halos score 4 runs on 5 hits, leave 2 on. 4 in the books. Angels lead at 8-7. Thrown 77 pitches as we start the top of the 5th inning with the Angels up 8-7. He's scheduled to face the bottom 3rd of the order. Molina, Moreland, and Arias. Irvin with 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. And he's allowed 10 hits, including a home run to Nelson Cruz. That came in the 4th. Molina takes outside with a fastball, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Benji 1 for 2, had a ground out in the 1st. Singled and scored in the 3rd inning. That one's on the corner, 1-1. Rangers with 7 runs, 10 hits, and error. They've stranded 5. The Angels, 8 runs, 9 hits, and error. They've stranded 3. Just a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel.
Boy, you have to fall behind 5-0 now. The Angels with the lead. Urban, 0 needed.
This one down a right field line. Bobby Abreu got a pretty good jump on it there. Makes the grab. And there's out number 1. Let's take a look at our Farmers Insurance True Stories of the game as Bobby heads back to his position at right field. The Angels have lost 1 season series against an American League West opponent since 2005. That was last year. The Rangers, 11 of the 18 matchups. Be sure to visit farmers.com today to hear more true stories from Farmers customers and to find a SoCal agent near you. I know there's been a lot of talk, too, about Texas and the way they've been playing as Moreland settles into the plate. They're 18 games over 500, but some folks tend to forget that last year, twice They got to the 19 games over 500 mark. They had a pretty good year last year, so this shouldn't come as a big surprise that they've kind of carried it over, considering the nucleus has remained intact. Moreland takes upstairs, and it's 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, they battled the Angels very well all the way towards the end of the season last year. It wasn't until Urban Santana threw that complete game shutout that eliminated them in September.
Moreland takes down low, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. Rookie first baseman had a single with a run scored in the second, popped out in the third, so he's 1 for 2. Second big league game for Moreland. Mississippi State, former 17th round pick a couple of years ago. And he picks up the walk. Second issued by Santana, puts a man on here for Joaquin Arias. Arias 1 for 2. Fly ball to right, had a double at the base of the wall in the third inning. The first pitch is upstairs. Location a little bit off for Urban.
And Mike Butcher going to go right out to him now and notice some mechanical flaw in that delivery for Urban Santana. You can almost tell when Mike Butcher saying, hey, your offense picked you up. You got an opportunity. Go out there and throw up some zeros, attack the strike zone, make them hit their way on, see if you can get a ground ball. Boy, Urban's had a tough time throwing that first pitch for a strike. Only 12 of the 27 batters he's faced has been the first pitch in the zone.
One 0 pitch. Arias takes upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. And Santana, much like Tommy Hunter, the Rangers starter who did not get out of the fourth inning, just not as sharp as they were their last time out, missing on location. And it's 3 balls and no strikes after getting Molina to fly out to start this inning. A walk to Moreland, now in jeopardy of walking the first 2 batters. Now we'll get some action going in the Angels bullpen. Guys starting to move around. Take the jackets off. 3-1. Trevor Bell begins to play catch. 91st pitch of the night for Santana. It's fouled back. Full count. Big swing by Joaquin Arias.
And now you fought your way back to a count where you can get a ground ball here. See if you get a double play. Get through that 5th inning. Leading. Most important thing for the club to slow down the momentum of the offense. For the Rangers, they've scored 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. You need that 0.
Joaquin Arias for the 3-ball 2-strike count. Guy who was the player to be named later in the Alex Rodriguez, Alfonso Soriano swap. There goes Moreland, and that pitch is in there for a strike. The third out from Napoli is not in time. Arias goes down looking at the breaking pitch. So there are 2 outs.
From a breaking pitch, good jump. No chance at all again for Mike Knapp, but that's a 23rd stolen base against Urban Santana with only 4 base runners thrown out. That's not on the catcher there. It's no chance at all.
Breaking ball to Elvis Andrus is in for a strike. Andrus had a game already. 3 for 3, 3 singles. RBI. A couple of runs scored. Has even picked up a stolen base. This is a guy who was 0 for his last 10 coming into tonight's action. A stumble, that's a balk.
A lot of times when you see it, you just hope the pitcher's okay, and it looks like Urban's all right.
That to me looks like Urban was glancing back to second, and when he kicked up the leg and looked back to home plate, saw where Napoli was set up on a different, probably mindset as to what the pitch, either the pitch or location was going to be. At that point, you just kind of have to go ahead and throw it in the ground or something.
Or at least throw it way off the outside corner. You're not going to be hurt by the pitch. Because now all of a sudden at third base, you've had 5 wild pitches on the season.
Good slider there, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. The balk, of course, even the ball came out of his hand as no pitch. With Moreland advancing to third base. So it's 0-2 on Andrus. Backed it up with another one. It's a ball and 2 strikes. We've got Michael Young on deck. Angels trying to keep that 8-7 lead after that 4-run bottom of the 4th inning. On a ground to third. Callaspo's got it cleanly. Starting through across the diamond. Anderson is retired. Goes the 3rd out of the inning. At the very least, Urban Santana is qualified to be in line for a W as his team leads at 8-7. Going back to check out on his right hand, who's more than likely done in his 5 innings of action.
Maybe he
struggled, but he got through it.
Maybe he was trying to change eye level on Andrus when he did that pitch. It didn't land right in front of the mound. All about deception.
Absolutely. Alberto Callaspo to lead things off. He started that 4th inning. The Angels getting 4 consecutive hits against Tommy Hunter. Callaspo's got 2 of them, so he's 2 for 2. A couple of runs scored. 1-1 pitch. That's inside. 2 balls and a strike. Callaspo, Kendrick, Rivera here against Harrison. They gave up the sac fly to Ibar, an RBI single to Sturz, and then picked up a couple of strikeouts. 3-1. Pitch. It's on the ground to short. Andrus has got it. Here's the first out. The leadoff man retired as Howie Kendrick steps to the plate, facing that young man out of Creedmoor, North Carolina, former third-round pick by the Atlanta Braves in 2003, and that part of that 5-player package that the Atlanta Braves sent on to the Texas Rangers in exchange for Mark Teixeira and left-handed reliever Ron Mayhay. Howie takes down low. The other guys that came over, Vitaly Feliz, Bo Jones, a left-handed pitcher who has not made the big leagues, Jared Saltalamacchia. Pretty good haul.
What a great trade.
The Texas Rangers.
I mean, Elvis Andrus alone is a very special player. Great speed, tremendous defensive shortstop. Young, be around for a long time. And Harrison here, if he's healthy, many left-handers can rush it up there 90 to 95 miles an hour.
That wasn't the case when he first started with Texas. He was in the upper 80s, low 90s. Is how he fouls this one off to the right. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. But he's had some little shoulder problems, little elbow problems. We talked about the tendonitis earlier this year that forced him onto the disabled list. But all of a sudden, he's lost some weight. He's gained some velocity. And he blows that one right by Howie Kendrick. Round number 2. Third strikeout for Matt Harrison here. Now an inning and a third. There has been a switch defensively for the Texas Rangers. Josh Hamilton and David Murphy have swapped positions. You don't see that happen too often. So Hamilton is now in left, Murphy in center.
I wonder if that's an odd move.
I mean, Josh feeling a little twinge in something, or
certainly less ground to cover when you're playing left field as compared to center, because you have to go to the left center, the right center to cover a lot of ground.
One-0 pitch. Rivera takes down low. Juan's 2 for 2 with a home run. A single, 4 runs batted in. 11th time in his career. He's had a 4 RBI game, at least a 4 RBI game. Bounces this one off the glove of Harrison. They get retired as the Angels go down in order. 5 in the books here at the Big A. Halos up 8-7.
Cam. Tommy Hunter using his bare hand to make that play. Throws it up the middle. Elvis Andrus, what an outstanding athletic play. Able to get his foot on the base to get the force out at second. What a tremendous play. That was the Coors Light Freeze Cam brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
Top of the 6th inning. Angels up 8-7. Elvis Andrus, a 3 for 4 night. A terrific play defensively. Beautifully narrated by my partner, Mark Gubiza. Michael Young to lead things off here against Ervin Santana. We thought he was done. No, not so much. He comes right back out there.
Well, I mean, the thing is his stuff was good. And his slider to be able to finish off that inning, I still think the bottom line is Mike Scioscia feels that he has the best chance of getting through the 6th inning as compared to going down to the bullpen there where you have to get so many outs. That would mean you're required to get 12 outs out of your bullpen. And through the tough part of this order, too, for Texas.
Young's 0 for 3 thus far, including a strikeout. 0-2 pitch. Check to swing. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes.
The next pitch for Ervin will be pitch number 100. Like you mentioned earlier, Victor, pitch count with Ervin Santana, Dan Herron, Jared Weaver is not as much of an issue for Mike Scioscia. He feels comfortable with those guys going 120 to 125.
Two balls, 2 strikes on Young. Leadoff man here in the 6th inning. Southern California native out of Bishop Amat High School, UC Santa Barbara. Grounded over to second. Sturis has got it. Go back to our Hyundai keys to the game. In this case, key to the game.
Well, we talked about urgency, the sense of urgency. You fall behind 5-0, you think, okay, you're in trouble. Almost like you look ahead to the next day, but instead, the offense turns it around. 4 runs in the 2nd, 4 runs in the 4th. Juan Rivera with 4 RBIs, including a 3-run home run. The urgency to realize you have to win this game today, and of course, that's the type of game they've played so far, going 1st to 3rd, hitting and running, aggressively running the bases.
Hamilton late on the fastball, fouls it off to the left. We asked our booth mates next door, Tom Grave and Josh Lewin, between innings as to why Texas would make the switch in the outfield. Kind of an odd thing to happen in the middle of a game. Hamilton got to start in center, now in left field with Murphy in center. Josh swings at that pitch. Speculation is, you see that odd swing there, that maybe kind of tweaked something on that little lazy line drive hit by Alberto Callaspo leading off the 4th when he charged the ball in. Played it on the hop. But that's just pure speculation. That fastball's inside. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, my question is, if that's the case, then why would you keep him in the game?
Why is he still in the game? Exactly. You've got Bourbon on your bench. Breaking ball hit the left. Rivera dead at his tracks. Makes the catch. 2 outs. Brings up Vladimir Guerrero. We go back to that play. You see Hamilton kind of walking gingerly back to the dugout. At the time, we didn't think much of it, and you still don't, unless there was a little hesitation there when he maybe lunged for that ball. A little twinge right there may have been enough to cause Ron Washington to shift him over to left field. But you're right. I mean, you've got an 8.5 game lead in the West.
That's the bottom line.
Your guy.
That's the bottom line.
Everything revolves around that guy. And I know you want to win every single game and put the nail in the proverbial coffin, but you got to take care of your guy. Off the short. And Ervin Santana much better here in the 6th inning. A 1-2-3 frame. We had Romano 6 with the Angels up 8-7. Kids Go Beyond program honors local youths who have made a positive influence in their communities. To participate, a child must be nominated by their peers. Winners will be invited to an Angels home game and take the field with Angel players to nominate. Or for more information, all you got to do is visit angelsbaseball.com. Halo setting up 9-1-2. Napoli, Ibar, Izturis here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Napoli late on that fastball from Matt Harrison. Fouls it off to the right. It's no balls and a strike. One for 2 night for Napoli. Had that double, ground rule double over the fence in straightaway center field. He fouls out with bat. Boy, right on that fastball.
That 95-mile-an-hour fastball, but he was all over it, straight back. Trying to get the offense going once again. Boy, fastball elevated, but Napoli was all over, just got underneath that enough to foul it straight back.
1-2 now. Napoli's double in that 4th inning, his 16th of the year, picking up his 45th RBI. Ibar on deck, Izturis to follow. Harrison had a 1-2-3 inning in the 5th. This is outside. Evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. This one off the end of the bat over to first. Boy, that had a lot of spin on it for Moreland. Nice job by him to stick with it. And Napoli is retired for round number 1. Time now for the One West Bank. One person, one play, brought to you by One West Bank. One person at a time.
Boy, sound and distance. And knew it. Eric Ibar. 4th home run of the season, but he knew he squared that baseball up.
Ibar getting that home run in the 2nd inning. He's also walked and had a sac fly, so he's 1 for 1. 2 RBI night, takes outside. Now has 22 runs batted in the season. No action going in the Angels bullpen, so you figure Santana, especially after that 1-2-3 6th inning, that he'd be coming back out.
Yeah, I noticed Mike Butcher going down to talk to Urban Santana. I'll be just asked, I've been asked many times by pitching coaches, how do you feel? Can you get another 3 outs for me? And Urban gave him that emphatic yes. So it looks like he'll have another shot at it.
His high watermark as far as pitches thrown, and we talked about this at the beginning of the show. You got 3 guys in this series, Santana, Herron, and Weaver, that you can kind of throw out the pitch counts out the window. And it's been kind of a rough go for Urban early on, but he's settled in, having thrown 106 pitches. But that high watermark, 120 pitches, he threw that in a win against the Rockies right here at the Big A on June 27th. Ibar's on board with a 1-out walk. Scott Kazmir still on the disabled list. Herron scheduled to make his strike tomorrow against Rich Harden, whom the Rangers are going to run out there. Izturis takes a strike on the outside corner. Meiser's 1 for 3, had an RBI single in the 4th inning. Takes down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Harrison came on in the 4th inning. See Dino Evil flashing the signs. After Tommy Hunter gave up 4 straight hits, Harrison got Texas through that 4th inning, then retired to sign in order in the 5th. Now facing his 3rd batter here in the 6th. Now easily back to the bag. But Matt, the left-hander's punched out 3, and he's walked 1. That's Ibar standing right there.
Harrison hasn't showed his A move over to first base yet. He's pretty quick to the plate. 119 to 128. So he utilizes that slide step going home, but he has not shown a very good move over to first yet. They'll try to guess along with him. Guess when he's going home. First movement.
Good lead for Ibar. 1-1. Tyson drops it up the third base line, but foul. Just hooked that ball enough to cause it to roll into foul territory. With Young playing back, that ball stays fair as you got first and second with one out.
A lot of times, Angel hitters will look down at Dino Weeble and determine if they give him a little sign saying how far back the third baseman may be playing. A good opportunity to lay down that bunt and get a runner in scoring position along with the base hit.
One ball, two strikes on Asturias. Bobby Abreu on deck. 8-7 Angels here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Fouled off to the right. Paying very close attention to Ibar over at first. The 1-2. Got him swinging on the high fastball. 2 outs. Harrison picks up his 4th strikeout. Ibar remains at first.
Doing a nice job elevating that fastball to get that punch out. And it looks good if you're a hitter. All of a sudden, that last little giddy up at 93 to 95. It's a lot of swings and misses.
Here's Abreu with 2 outs and a man at first. Bobby was a strikeout victim of Harrison in the 4th inning, his first actually. In case you're wondering, Ibar, the man that is second on the stolen base list for the Angels. Bobby Abreu has 16 stolen bases. Ibar has 15. Bobby's been caught 8 times. Eric has been caught 7. First pitch. Abreu rips one down the right field line. That's going to head to the corner unless Cruz can cut it off. Ibar heading to third. Cruz has got a terrific arm. Eagle waving Ibar home. No throw to the plate. 9-7 Angels on the RBI double off the bat of Abreu.
And I like what Dino Weeble did. Obviously, you think about with Torrey Hunter coming up, you might want to think about holding him, but the reality was he was checking out where the ball went to Cruz, and this throw into Arias at second was a high throw into the cutoff man. But at that point, Dino Weeble sent Eric Ibar home. The right decision, a big run here to give the Angels a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th.
Bobby with his 57th RBI, his first hit of the night. And he goes for his 25th double. Here's Torrey Hunter. They're going to intentionally walk in to face Hideki Matsui. Torrey hitless on the night, 0 for 3. Will remain that way as he will take his base once this intentional walk is concluded. And there's ball 4. So first and second, now 2 outs for Matsui. He faced Harrison in the 4th inning and struck out to end that frame. Halos tonight with men in scoring position. 4 for 6. They've got Abreu at second and Hunter over at first. Harrison getting ready to throw his 52nd pitch, but a guy that you throw that out the window considering the fact that he's a starter earlier this year. Matsui rolls over this one over to second. Arias bothers it. Matsui heading to first. Still is thrown out for the third out of the inning. The Angels get a run on Abreu's RBI double, 6 in the books. Halos up 9-7. His 25th double of the year, scoring Eric Ibar with 2 outs. And a pitching change for the Angels. Irvin Santana is done after 6 innings. And Trevor Bell will come on, take on Nelson Cruz, David Murphy, Benji Molina here in the Rangers half of the 7th.
Trevor Bell just right back up. Started a game the other day against Texas. In Texas.
Nelson Cruz extended his hitting streak to 18 games in the 4th inning. A monster home run off Irvin Santana. 1 for 3 night. He hits this one out to deep right field. Abreu goes back on it. Is there. Makes the catch. Went away. That'll bring up David Murphy.
Well, you can see how strong he is. It didn't look like he hit that ball well at all, but it got back to the warning track in right field the other way.
Murphy tonight 1 for 3, had a 2 RBI single in the 1st inning. Texas jumping out to a 5-0 lead at the top of the 2nd inning. Now pitches in there for a strike. Santana gave up 7 runs, 4 earned on 10 hits, striking out 4, walking 2. The 3 runs in the 1st inning, all unearned. Trevor's ahead of the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got him to roll over this one. Tough play, and it'll be a foul ball. The count remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes on Murphy. Former 1st-round pick of the Boston Red Sox out of Baylor University. The guy they acquired in the Eric Gagne trade a couple of years ago. It's the year that Gagne made a comeback, pitched well in the 1st half for the Rangers, and melted like the Wicked Witch of the East when he got traded to the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, that didn't work out too well. But Gagne, when he was with the Dodgers, make an argument, one of the most dominant pitchers for a 3-year period the game has ever seen, especially out of that closer role.
No doubt. 2-2 pitch. It's down low, so we've gone from 0-2 to 3-2. The last thing you want is base runners in the situation. Trevor has got Benji Molina on deck. Mitch Moreland, the first baseman, to follow. Here's the payoff. Murphy out toward left center field. That'll fall in for a base hit. Good speed on the bases now for Texas. That'll bring up Molina with one out. Hey, folks, if you've been thinking about reserving an Angels Suite rental, now is the perfect time. Located on the club level, Angels Suite Rentals featuring all-inclusive food and beverage pricing. Don't delay. Call 888-796-HALO or visit angelsbaseball.com/suites. Probably check things out for tomorrow night. 6:05 start. The battle of former Oakland Athletics. Rich Harden for Texas. Danny Herron going for the Angels at Sunday afternoon at 12:35. Jared Weaver, Cliff Lee. Molina out toward deep right field. Abreu is there, stepping on the warning track, makes the catch, 2 outs.
Well, another pitch elevated high enough that a Ranger hitter could square it up pretty good. Fortunately enough, it doesn't carry quite as well to right field at night here at the Big A, because those balls both were hit well. Bobby ran them down just in front of the warning track.
Well, Napoli and now Butcher's going to join into the conversation as Mitch Moreland comes up. Just to go over through the brief scouting report on Moreland before he steps in. He was 2 for 4 in his major league debut last night against the Oakland A's. Putting up very good numbers at AAA Oklahoma City. Was hitting .289, 12 home runs, 29 doubles, 65 runs batted in 95 games down there. And prior to spring training, but named the 8th best overall prospect in the Rangers organization, courtesy of Baseball America. And it looks like with the struggles that they've, well, since the trade of Justin Smoke, even though he was struggling with Texas, he was going to get an opportunity while in Texas, but since he got traded to Seattle, Chris Davis, they felt, Texas that is, that they've given him enough rope to try to figure out if he's going to be able to contribute at the major league level. They decided they didn't. They sent him out, bring up Moreland. They trade for Jorge Cantu, and that's looks like it's going to be the platoon at first base.
It's a pretty good pop between Moreland and Cantu as far as a left-handed hitter and a right-handed hitter.
Moreland takes outside for ball 1.
And I think Mike Butcher ran out to Trevor Bell and said, hey, stay down in the strike zone with your fastball. Trust it. More than likely, especially if you hit on the outside part of the plate, the lefty will roll over to the ground ball for you. But if you elevate the pitch, that's when the damage is going to be done.
See Fernando Rodney loosening. One ball, one strike.
Great location on that fastball at 94.
Is the Rangers minor league player of the year last year. Combined to hit .331 with 16 home runs between A ball and double A. Big hole on the left side. Ibar shading Moreland toward the middle. 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a foul ball back. 1-2. Alexio Gondo, fireballing right-handers, up and loosening now. Mitch Moreland, left-handed version of Ryan Garco, who, by the way, was a former Ranger. He was with them earlier this year. Kind of looks like him.
Has that same type of swing.
He got him. Nope, he foul tipped it. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Even where he holds his hand.
Yeah. Two outs here in the 7th. David Murphy at first. Good speed. 2 outs. Quick throw over. $43,024 have seen a pretty fun ball game here at the Big A tonight. 16 total runs, 21 total hits thus far. rolled foul. The count remains at a ball and 2 strikes.
That's that good fastball down in the zone. 95 miles an hour.
Paying a lot of attention to David Murphy with a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
Boy, thought process is a beat right here in this situation. Although Ron Washington is very aggressive as far as sending base runners. You got to think, finish off the hitter right here. You have him in defense mode.
Plays off the breaking pitch. Murphy was going. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Napoli visiting now to make sure that they're on the same page as far as the signs are concerned with a man at second base. Two. Moreland rolls it over to first. Kendrick has got it. A race to the bag, beats Moreland there. There is the 3rd out of the inning. 7th inning stretch time at the Big A. Angels up 9-7. I know. A little defensive change for the Texas Rangers. Josh Hamilton finally out of the game. Julio Bourbon takes over at center with Murphy moving back to left. Roberto Callaspo to lead things off, takes outside from Matt Harrison. And if we get you an update, if we hear one anyways, we'll certainly pass it along on Hamilton as to why it was taken out. Callaspo bouncing one over to short. Andrus has got it. 1 away. Roberto Callaspo, a multi-hit game for him, now 2 for 4. But Harrison gets the leadoff man here in the 7th, brings up Howie Kendrick. Bourbon would bat in the 3-hole. That's where Hamilton was. Ron Washington looks like he's going to make a pitching change. Go with the right-hander Alexi Ogando. Had been listening in the pen. So with 1 out here in the 7th, the pitching change. 3rd arm coming in for Texas.
Juan Rivera with the best play in baseball, the 3-run Jimmy Jack, but Eric Ibar gets a fastball out over the plate and crush it. Nelson Cruz, need I say more, that ball went over both bullpens. But then the big hit of the game, Bobby Abreu down the right field line scores. Eric Ibar. Angels lead 9-7 here in the bottom of the 7th.
Alexi Ogando's taking over on the mound for the Texas Rangers. And I know they don't estimate or guesstimate distances here at the Big A as far as home runs for either team. I would like to know how far that Nelson Cruz ball went. He cleared the bullpens and left.
I haven't seen one of those baseballs go that far.
It's pretty deep.
In this stadium here. That ball was crushed. But you know what? Still counts the same as a ball that's barely got over the wall.
That's right. Here's Howie Kendrick with one out, nobody on. The first pitch is in there for a strike, a breaking pitch. Howie tonight 1 for 3, had a single and a run score in the 4th inning. Back-to-back breaking pitches. Howie spinning out of the boxes. Come on now. Your guy throws
93 to 98.
Let's go.
He's dropping a curveball on him.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Also has a pretty good changeup too.
There's that fastball at 97. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Ogando's been on a little bit of a slump. He's allowed 2 runs the last 5 games to have his ERA go from .54 to 1.31. 2-2. Check swing. Did he go? He did, says Jeff Kellogg, the first base umpire. 2 outs.
Pretty nasty breaking pitch. See if he went on that. Did a pretty good job of holding back and not crossing the plate.
Now the hands may have gone there, but if you're talking about the bat barrel, can't talk about intent because anybody who has a check swing had the intent of swinging and then changed their mind.
I think he held up on that one. Generally, I'm never going to say that.
As a former pitcher. Rivera grounds one over to short. Andrus has got it. The Angels go down in order here. The 7th, 1, 2, 3. 7 in the books. Halos lead at 9-7. Hey, folks, don't forget on Tuesday, August the 10th, all fans in attendance will receive a free plaid hat courtesy of Autotrader.com. Come out to the Big A and see the Halos face off the Kansas City Royals and pick up that free cap. Get your tickets today at angelsbaseball.com or any of the Angel Stadium ticket windows.
It's a nice looking hat. You can wear that on the golf course, Victor.
Who's to say I haven't already done so? And then after my golf match, go to that Rally Monkey soap dispenser, get some Purell, good to go. Fernando Rodney comes into the game to face Joaquin Arias. And Fernando probably very happy that the Boston Red Sox are out of town. He had a very rough series, raising his ERA to 4.43.
Big thing was he kept falling behind in the count. When he throws strikes, he's as good as any reliever in baseball.
No balls and a strike on Arias, who is 1 for 3. Had a double in the third. He's hit the ball hard, except for the strikeout he had in the fifth. Off-speed pitch rolled foul. Rodney comes on for Trevor Bell, who went 1 inning, gave up a hit, and that was it. The rest goose eggs. So nice job for Trevor. Irvin Santana went 6 innings tonight and got off to a rough start, but settled down nicely. 0-2 pitch. Late on the fastball. The count remains no balls, 2 strikes.
Way ahead of the strikes. Right now, 0-2. Expand that strike zone. Work out of the zone. Make them swing at your pitch right now.
Breaks his bat. Callaspo fields it cleanly and goes out number 1. Perfect example of what you were talking about.
He's attacking the zone, throwing a pitch off the inner half. It's breaking his bat. He's in defense mode. The thing is, when you look at his mechanics, Fernando Rodney, when he keeps that front shoulder in long enough to allow that arm action to get over the front leg, on top of that fastball, it's as good as anybody in the game. 96 miles an hour on that fastball.
That's on the outside corner to Elvis Andrus. That's one of those cases, too, that if he does kind of start to fly open too soon, because he has such a big turn with the shoulders, not necessarily the body, but with the shoulders, if he starts to fly open too soon, that arm tends to drag. That pitch is down low, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
And it becomes a very hittable pitch. If it's in the strike zone, hitters can read it out of his hand that much longer. The longer you keep your front shoulder tucked in as far as a pitcher, the more deception you're going to have. When you fly open, a hitter can see it all the way out of your hand and can read the rotation of the baseball, what type of pitch it is.
Missed outside, 2 balls and a strike, and perhaps that bunt attempt blinding the home plate umpire Mark Carlson.
Good balance right here for Fernando Rodney, keeping that front shoulder. Look how he keeps that front shoulder, and it's so good over that front leg. Well, that was a strike, too, that pitch. Just because Andrus didn't bunt at it doesn't mean it wasn't a strike.
On the corner. Two balls, 2 strikes, and Elvis Andrus is 3 for 4, 3 singles, a couple of runs scored, and an RBI, his 27th of the year. That came back in the 3rd. Off the plate. Going to be a tough play for Ibar. He's got a strong arm. Andrus can run and safe at first. Not much you can do in that situation. Infield single for Elvis Andrus, a 4-hit night.
It's about as well as you can do on a ball like that. Right off the plate area. Charging. A strong throw, but Andrus just gets down the line very well. Good speed. Recognize he's got a great chance of getting an infield hit. Once it's chopped that high and it gets by the pitcher, it's going to be an infield hit.
So Michael Young steps to the plate now with 1 out, 1 on. Young hitless in this one, 0 for 4, but did reach on a fielder's choice in the first inning and came around to score one of the 3 runs. Texas with 3 in the first, 2 in the second to take a 5-0 lead. Angels got 4 in the second to make it 5-4, but then Texas went up 7-4 with solo runs in the third and fourth innings. That's up and away for ball 1. The bottom of the fourth inning, the Angels scoring 4 times to take an 8-7 lead and made it 9-7 in the sixth inning with the RBI double by Abreu. Andrus with a big lead over at first. Here's the 1-0. Two balls, no strikes.
It's a pretty good pitch. All of a sudden, that outside corner has not been available for Fernando Rodney, hitting the spot but not getting the call.
Foul off to the right. 2-1. Stolen base that Andrus had earlier in the game, his 25th of the year. He has been caught 12 times. That one was cut on a miss, took something off. 2-2. American League leader in stolen bases. Still Juan Pierre with 38. Carl Crawford on his heels with 37. Andrus in the top 10 with his 25. Got him swinging on a high fastball. Down goes Young. 2 outs.
Well, he elevated that fastball after the last pitch at 83. That one at 98 miles an hour. Talk about getting good extension out over that front leg. Perfect fastball. A good fastball hitter, no chance at that pitch.
Here's Julio Bourbon batting in the Josh Hamilton spot in the order. Takes a changeup for a strike. Bourbon is a defensive replacement. Came on and replaced Hamilton. Still no word as to why he was actually removed from the game. Our speculation is that he tweaked the leg or lower leg. A base hit by Alberto Callaspo that occurred in the fourth. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Waving at that off-speed pitch. 0-2. Darren Oliver on the left. Frank Francisco on the right for the Texas Rangers. And the 0-2. Fastball is fouled back.
Well, that's one of those pitches, though, for Fernando Rodney. That's kind of a mistake for him. 0-2 right down the middle of the plate. Bourbon just fouled that one straight back. You're ahead of the count. Expand the zone. Make your pitch.
Andrews still at first base. The 0-2, and that is lined over to second. As Sturridge is down at pit. Will end the Rangers half of the 8th inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Angels lead it 9-7.
Ibar gets a high fastball, middle part of the plate, deposits it in the right field. 2 home runs in that same inning. The Angels climbed all the way back, second to score 4. That is our Lexus pursuing perfection. Solid game for Juan Rivera, 4 RBI.
Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, the Angels sending up 9-1-2. Napoli, Ibar, and Asturis against Alexio Gando, who faced 2 batters in the 7th, struck out 1, and got Rivera to ground out. Napoli 1 for 3 with an RBI double and runs scored in the 4th. First pitch slider misses outside for ball 1. Nice bounce back performance by Fernando Rodney in the 8th inning. Going an inning, striking out 1 and giving up a hit. And that hit was an infield hit by Belvis Andrus. 2-0 now. Napoli fouls off that fastball, and it's 2-1.
Well, a good swing at that fastball. You know you're going to get a fastball. Gando's got a great one. 93-98. Challenged Mike Napoli, and Mike Napoli fouled it straight back. There's a fastball right down the heart of the plate, and a great swing at it. Hopefully the situation again, he'll get another fastball. See if he can do some damage to it.
Good hitters count, 2-1. Up and in, 3-1 now. Gando took over for Harrison, who went 3 1/3, giving up 2 hits and a run. Napoli fouls this one off to the right. Full count now. Gando, who's the guy who used to be an outfielder, converted to the mound. Very strong arm. Not pitched in the United States this year. The previous 5 seasons as Napoli swings through that one, and there's the first down here in the 8th inning.
A former great pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays, Dave Steve, was an outfielder also.
Okay.
So you know you have good, arm speed if you're playing the outfield, particularly if you're a right fielder. Great arm strength.
So with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Alexio Gando dominating the first 3 hitters he has faced, Ron Washington's going to make a pitching change with Ibar coming up, and the Angels leading it 9-7. $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. by Toyota. Get a great deal on Toyota's full line of hybrid and fuel-efficient vehicles at your Toyota dealer today. And by Jack Daniels. Your friends at Jack Daniels remind you to drink responsibly. Back out here at the Big A, 9-7 Angels, bottom of the 8th inning, 1 out. Eric Ibar due up, and he's going to face the former Angel, Darren Oliver, the veteran who's done a nice job for Texas this year. No record at 2.09 ERA. He'll be called on to face Ibar and Asturias with 1 out here in the 8th.
There's a lot of strikes with that fastball, 88 to 91 miles an hour. He's got a good curveball. Will throw a slider also.
Ibar trying to bunt his way on, bunts it foul. 1 for 1 today with a couple of walks, a home run, and a sac fly. His home run came in a second, making it a 1-run game at that point. Angels were down 5-4. And had a sacrifice fly in the 4th inning. That is pulled and right to Michael Young at third base. Playing in on the grass. 2 outs. Nice play by Young.
Boy, a little smile for Michael Young. That reactionary position. What a reaction he did have on that line drive. Thinking maybe a bunt instead of bullet right at him. Makes the play.
That thing hooking down, too.
Had a top hand swing.
Here's Asturias. 1 for 4 with an RBI single. Takes down low. Brian Fuentes looking on. As he gets ready to come on in the 9th inning. 2 balls, no strikes for Meiser. Got the start tonight at second base with Howie getting to start at first. Pops this one up to the left side. Andrews onto the outfield grass. And the Angels go down in order here in the 8th. We head to the 9th. Brian Fuentes coming on to try to seal this first game as the Angels lead at 9-7. Of the halos at angelsbaseball.com. You can browse the largest selection of official Angels gear, including latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. Get your gear from the official source, the angelsbaseball.com shop. A lot of red in attendance here at the Big A. 43,000 watching on to see if Brian Fuentes can close this one out here in the 9th inning.
Well, Fuentes been throwing the ball consistently of late, hitting that first pitch for a strike. 3-1 mark. 18 saves, ERA 3.86.
Bryant's going to face Guerrero, Cruz, Murphy, the scheduled 3 batters for Texas here in the 9th inning. Vladimir Guerrero, 2 RBIs, single in the 2nd inning, a 1-for-4 night. That first pitch is in there for a strike. Irvin Santana went 6 innings, gave up 7 runs, 4 earned. Trevor Bell 1 inning. He gave up a run. Fernando Rodney a scoreless inning. That's down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two RBIs Guerrero had in the 2nd inning, giving him 82 on the year. This one is lifted in the air down the right field line, tailing into the seats. That's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Howie gave it a look. And again, Napoli looks like he's setting up inside. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Foul back. Climbing the ladder there. Almost a fantastic play by a fan who brought the glove. Just couldn't hang on to it. The count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I like what Mike Napoli's doing as far as not only want the fastball inside and elevated, but he's setting the target up in the zone, getting out of the crouch position. Going right back in with another fastball. Had that shake-off sign to give Vlad something else to think about.
Popped him up. Howie Kendrick backpedaling out in fair territory, makes the catch, and there's out number 1.
Great job of attacking Vlad Guerrero with that fastball. Again, when I'm talking about when a catcher shakes his head, he just wants to give that hitter some doubt. What's he going to go with? Is he going to put a fastball? Is he shaking off to go to a curveball? Is he shaking off to go to a changeup? Then zip, fastball right in on him. Pops it up. See how he pulled off on that pitch also.
So with 1 out, nobody on, Nelson Cruz steps up now. Cruz also 1-for-4, but has won a home run. 15th of the year to extend his inning streak to 18 games. Looks like we got a pinch hitter awaiting on deck with Jorge Cantu sporting his new Rangers uniform. 1-1. Would be pinch hitting for David Murphy. Cantu wearing the number 8 for Texas. And the 1-1. Way outside, 2 balls and a strike. 58 RBIs for Cruz with that home run that he hit in the 4th inning. Takes the off-speed pitch in for a strike. Outfield pretty deep against Cruz. Trying to keep everything in front of him. There's a 2-2. Cruz fouls it back. Got in on his hands. Should the score hold, Irvin Santana would pick up his 10th win. That certainly did not look like it was possible after the first 2 innings, down 5-0.
Well, what a great job he did in the 5th and 6th inning, putting up some zeros when most pitchers would just be happy to be out of the game at that point. Great job. Great recovery by Irvin Santana.
Way inside. Did that get him? No, it did not. Full count.
Boy, sharp breaking pitch overthrew that. Not a bad idea with the pitch, but just overthrew it, trying to force the break down and in on Cruz.
Here comes the payoff. Cruz skies one out to shallow right center. Historis is going out. Meiser under. 2 outs. So Jorge Cantu stands between Brian Fuentes and the Angels' 53rd victory of the year. Taking game 1 of this 3-game set. Picking up a game on the Rangers. Picked up a couple of days ago from the Florida Marlins. Guys had time in the big leagues before with the Tampa Bay Rays. First pitch fastball's down and in. Cantu born down in South Texas. McAllen, Texas, makes his home down there. With a career high 29 home runs for the Florida Marlins in 2008. As he swings and pops this one up to shallow right. Here comes Bobby Abreu toward the foul line. And light that baby up as the Angels have taken game 1 against the Texas Rangers. An improbable victory, just merely because of the fact they were down 5-0. And with the struggles that this offense had had, we thought it was going to be an uphill battle, and they certainly battled through it.
Well, I think that the tone was set with Juan Rivera's 3-run home run. And you're right, Victor. When you're down 5-0, you're coming off a tough series in which you lost all 3 to Boston. You got the toughest team, arguably, in the American League coming to town. Who's played well against you in Texas, yet you put forth a tremendous comeback and win this game 9-7. The offense did some key home runs from Eric Ibar, Juan Rivera, but also had the speed game work going first and third, some hit and runs, some quality at bats, and Bobby Abreu with that big double, the right field score, and Eric Ibar again, and Fuentes with his 19th save. Trevor Bell did a nice job out of the bullpen also, but what a recovery by Urban Santana. Sometimes those games are more gratifying than a shutout. Do not have your best stuff, give up all those runs, but give your team a chance to win. It's oh so important, and what a big victory for this ball club.
How important a victory is it for this ball club? Now 53-52.
Gigantic, and obviously tomorrow, the starting pitcher sets the tone, but to have a chance and win this ball game today shows a lot of character for this ball club.
Well, again, the final 9-7. Angels beat Texas. Let's go out of the field. Sean Farnham is with Mike Napoli.
All right, Mike, talk about the importance of this series overall. Everybody knows how important this is for you guys. To come out, trail 5-0, and then come back and win this one. How important of a win is this?
It's huge. We didn't give up. We stuck with it. Irvin had a rough start, and he came back and kept us in the game, gave us a chance to score some runs, and we took the lead, and we got the win.
Your hit, the double in the fourth, kind of seemingly jump-started everything. The bottom half of the lineup really came through tonight.
Yeah, it was nice. Just trying to hit the ball hard and got a pitch I can drive and, got us back in the game.
You mentioned Santana seemingly struggled through the first couple of innings and then settled down. The 5th and 6th innings were so key, and then the guys out of the bullpen hang nothing but zeros to finish this thing out.
Yeah, it was huge. He hung in there and kept us in the game, and our bullpen came in and shut us down.
All right, congratulations on the victory.
All right, thanks.
All right, Mike Napoli and the Angels victorious tonight. 9-7, your final score. The Angels victorious after responding from a 5-0 deficit. Angels Live is going to get started next. Keep it locked right here.